Hey everybody, Gears here, and salvation and molding at last. I think we're finally here. Had a fall on the ground recently, recovered from that. It could have been far, far worse. Thank goodness Princess Leia wasn't around to utter her famous line, because that would have doomed this whole thing. The orange line here coming up the side, along here, across the top, then back down again. That's going to be my mold line. So that'll make a really nice presentation for most of it. I'm trying to figure out if I could make less of a mold line, but I don't think so. I mean, potentially I could take it down on this line here and there. When I'm taking the mold, I mean, almost I could do it seamless around the side and just do a mold line around the top here, because then I could push the piece out, except for this. That undercut would lock it into place, so no. Definitely can't push it from the top down. So that means I have to be able to pry it out from the sides. And then I can probably wiggle it to some degree once it's initially loose. But yeah, that whole bottom there is what's going to lock it in. But still, maybe I could take it to here. That would definitely be tight, having to pull those sides, and then, yeah, just better do it the other way. No point in getting fancy and complicated, at least not too fancy or too complicated. The top here, to maintain these impressions and make it easier for the fiberglassing, I needed to make copies of this anyway so that I could make castings of these panels so they fit custom. This rubber is the leftover from that process. I initially walled all this off, poured the rubber in, pulled this out, sprayed it with release spray, poured rubber on that, and that allows me to make a casting that will fit in here. So this was essentially useless throwaway, however I do have it for this purpose. These guys fit in nice and tightly, and by sticking these rubber caps in place, when I go to do all the fiberglassing, I'll fiberglass around these, so that way that little bit of a dimple right there will help lock the fiberglass into place and keep it nice and tight. I'll be using clay for flanges. I got some bars that are 1 inch thick, so essentially I'd apply those up and around. Fiberglass up to that, remove it, clean it out, wax it. Always wax stuff, you don't want it sticking together. And then finish off the rest of it, and then I could do my first R4 casting. Potentially as soon as a couple weeks, depending. We'll see. This is another one. This one has a little more priority over the R4 dome, even though the R4 dome has been waiting patiently longer. This is waxed, it's ready. This is not waxed, it is not ready. But this is playing second fiddle to another project that if I have enough left over, I'll be able to do it. I think I have enough left over. And this will allow me to create fiberglass shells for the Mousezilla version of the Star Wars mouse. That's a heavy-duty mouse that can drag 600 pounds at 5 miles an hour. Or something like a quarter ton at 2 miles an hour, mile and a half, mile and a quarter, somewhere in there. So it's a crazy powerful mouse. It's not something you see too often. Normally it's the little fast RC buggy ones. So the higher density of the power for that mouse requires a higher density shell, therefore fiberglass. So yeah, this was mostly an update about this guy, I guess, right here. From near calamity to just about ready for casting. Thanks for watching. See ya.